13, does the word of hell used in the Bible always refer to a place of punishment? Answer, no. Matter of fact, out of all the times hell is used in the Bible, only 12 times, 54 times, only 12 out of 54 does it refer to a place of punishment or burning. Now here are the words that are typically used. Sheol is the word used in the Old Testament. It almost exclusively means just the grave. The Bible says David and everybody went to Sheol, the grave. It just meant the pit. In the New Testament, 3 words are used: Hades, Gehenna, and Tartarus. Tartarus is only used one time, and it means a place of darkness. Gehenna, let me talk about that for a minute. You know, Jesus talks about better to cut off your hand and go to heaven than to be cast into hell where the worm does not die and the fire is not quenched. Isn't that clear? The worm doesn't die, the fire is not quenched. The word Jesus used for hell there, he didn't say hell, he said Gehenna. The valley of Hinnom, it's mentioned in the Bible, New Testament sometimes calls it Gehenna, was just outside of Jerusalem. It was the city dump. It was such a steep valley, it wasn't very practical to build or develop, and so they just threw all their refuse there. When an unclean animal died that could not be eaten, they threw it in Gehenna. Old baskets were thrown in Gehenna. Prisoners that they didn't give consecrated burial to were thrown in Gehenna. They tried to keep it burning to keep the gas and the stench down. It was smoldering continually. They put the old rinds that they couldn't use in Gehenna. It was burning and smoking, and you could see the smoke from the valley of Hinnom going up out of sight forever and ever. That's what that means, out of sight. Full of maggots, smoking, burning. Jesus is simply saying, he's using this term to say, you're better off going to heaven, maimed. Now, is anyone in heaven going to be maimed? Or is it an illustration? Rather than be cast into the city dump, where the fire is not quenched and the worm does not die. That's an exact translation of what Jesus was talking about. He was not talking about a torture chamber from Greek mythology down yonder somewhere where the devil's in charge of hell. Did a school play when I was a kid. In public school in New York City, I played Pluto, the god of darkness. And I understand what this mythology is about because we had to study it for our school play. Pluto was the god in charge of this place where sinners were being tortured. He was responsible. He had these hounds. You ever heard of the hounds of hell? Where's that in the Bible? All comes from Greek mythology. And these concepts of hell that are now affecting the Christian church don't come from the Bible. A lot of them come from Greek mythology and Roman pagan myths. And then Hades. Hades, of course, was the place that Pluto was in charge of. Number 14. What is God's real purpose in hellfire?